Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we are diving into something, well, honestly, kind of magical. We're going to look at how we can actually turn our static, everyday physical objects into living, interactive digital stories. I mean, we've all got boxes of old photos, souvenirs, and keepsakes lying around, but today, we are talking about a completely new way to interact with the physical world around us.
So think about this for a second. How do we actually keep our memories alive when the physical paper fades away? It's an emotional reality we all have to deal with, right? We experience these incredible, once-in-a-lifetime moments, but over time, the physical anchors to those memories, the ticket stubs, the printed photos, the handwritten letters, they literally just fade away or end up lost in the back of some drawer. But what if there was a way to permanently tie our rich digital stories to the physical objects we cherish the most?
Well, that brings us to this really cool concept, the living digital identity. This is the absolute core of what QRTagAll does. Think of it as a privacy-first tagging system. You just place a simple, secure sticker on any object and boom, it has a permanent identity that you can update forever. So instead of scanning a dead link, you're unlocking a living story. And the best part is, you maintain total control over what is shared and what stays private. It literally bridges the gap between that physical item right there in your hand and your digital memory up in the cloud.
Managing meaningful events. Before a memory actually becomes a keepsake, it almost always starts out as an experience, often at a bustling, kind of chaotic live event. And this tech is a total game changer for event logistics, both for the organizers and the attendees. It's super straightforward. You literally just place a tag at the venue, and guests simply point their phone cameras at it to get instant navigation. And here's the real kicker. The organizer can update the info on that tag in real time, just like that.
To put that into perspective, imagine you're wandering around the Pune Food Fest. You walk up to stall B12, scan the tag, and instantly you've got venue navigation, the most up-to-date menus, security protocols, and even visitor feedback forms right on your screen. Say they sell out of their signature dish? No problem at all. The menu updates instantly on the digital side. You'll never have to reprint a single flyer or laminated sheet ever again. It just makes managing the chaos of a live event absolutely effortless.
Digitizing wedding celebrations. Now, let's shift gears from a massive public festival down to something much more intimate, capturing the absolute magic of a wedding.
Picture this, the Malhotra Subramanian wedding. By simply placing a really beautiful QR sticker right on the physical wedding invitation, or maybe later on the cover of the printed wedding album, you instantly unlock a shared digital space. Guests can just scan it to read the couple's love story, check out the event timeline, browse these rich photo galleries, and even find a dedicated space to upload all those candid shots they took on their own phones.
Now, obviously, when you've got guests interacting with a tag, privacy is absolutely crucial. That's where the Message Owner feature comes in. It allows guests to securely upload their own photos or send warm wishes directly to the couple. The beauty of this whole setup is that the couple's personal contact details and phone numbers are never actually exposed on the public page. It's just a completely secure, consent-based way to collect memories from all your loved ones.
Preserving personal mementos. So, the event is wrapped up, the guests have all gone home, and we are left with a physical keepsake to remember that amazing experience by. Take a Paris 2024 souvenir, for example. Think about picking up a simple little trinket, maybe one of those little Eiffel Tower keychains, from a trip overseas. On its own, it's really just a piece of metal or plastic, right? But you want to attach the exact feeling of that trip to it. By tagging it, that tiny souvenir suddenly holds your entire travel journal, the photos of you at the Louvre, the whole shebang. It captures the exact digital memory of that moment in time.
Every memento holds a moment, now preserved forever via QR. I love this because it perfectly hits the nail on the head. A simple birthday gift from a friend or maybe a dusty school trophy sitting on a shelf is no longer just a silent object. It now holds an expansive digital timeline. Whenever you or a loved one scans it, the full emotion of that moment just rushes right back.
Creating heirloom memory vaults. Let's look at how this builds over the decades. We're heading up into the family attic for this next stage, exploring how we pass these preserved memories down through generations.
Consider the massive leap we're taking here. A traditional heirloom is kind of like a silent watch sitting in a drawer. Unless someone is physically there to tell you who owned it, its history just slowly fades away. But a living heirloom? That same grandmother's watch is now tagged. When scanned, it actually tells its own story. It holds a timeline of her life, vintage photos of her wearing it, and all these deeply emotional stories from the family. The object literally speaks for itself.
Now, the absolute key here is control. You might want the general story of the watch to be public, but maybe you have appraisal documents or deeply personal family letters that you want kept completely safe. Well, the platform has these really robust privacy controls that let families separate records into view for anyone who scans and no view for private records. And even better, these precious digital files aren't just locked away in some random database. They can be kept securely right in the owner's very own Google Drive. You are the one who controls the vault.
This really ties our whole narrative arc together, mapping out the true life cycle of a memory using this tech. Think about it. On day one, the memory is created and shared dynamically at, say, a live wedding. By year one, it's being kept alive and reflected upon through an interactive personal memento sitting on your shelf. And by year 50, it's being passed down to the next generation as a living, digital family heirloom. It's basically a single thread connecting decades of family history.
Which brings us to the core philosophy: preserve the story behind every treasure. It's really all about recognizing that the physical things around us have value not just for what they are, but for the amazing stories they represent. By securely digitizing our physical world, we can make sure that the context, the emotion, and the real truth of those items are never, ever lost to time. So that leaves us with this final thought. Take a look around your home today. Look at the shelves, the drawers, those old boxes tucked away up in the attic. What story is hiding in there right now, just waiting to be tagged and told? I really hope this explainer has inspired you to think a bit differently about your own physical keepsakes, and hey, maybe even start curating your own family history. Thanks so much for joining us, and have fun bringing your memories to life.